And thank you to the witnesses for being here today. Reliable energy is essential to every aspect of our modern life, especially to public health and our welfare. Yet power outages have cost the American people $44 billion each year. Winter Storm Fern highlighted the importance of grid reliability, leaving more than 1 million customers without power at its peak, including 70,000 in my home state of South Carolina. These disruptions make it clear that reliability must remain a top priority, particularly during severe weather events that place extraordinary strain on the electric system. Winter Storm Fern also demonstrated the critical importance of dispatchable energy sources. During the storm, peak coal generation rose by 25% and peak natural gas generation rose by 47%. Across all impacted regions, dispatchable energy significantly outperformed wind and solar generation. The grid's performance during severe weather depends not only on these baseload and dispatchable resources, but also on real-time coordination among grid operators, generators, transmission owners, marketers, and other market participants. Analyzing how the bulk power system performs during these events is essential, I think, to strengthening reliability and ensuring the continued delivery of electric power that Americans depend on every day. Mr. Costa, during Winter Storm Fern, natural gas generation played a significant role. Played a significant role at meeting peak electricity demand. Importantly, natural gas storage infrastructure is necessary to protect against potential capacity constraints or pipeline failures that limit supply. Can you discuss how your areas utilized natural gas storage to ensure fuel delivery and availability during the storms?
Yes. So thank you for the question, Congressman. One thing I want to note is that also to your question is that in the Northeast, in the power generation sector, over 20%, and Mr. Robb will probably have the exact number, of generators are actually natural gas. Those generators went offline, and that's the reason we saw the hike. But when we did have the Marcellus Shale perform extremely well this winter with winterization efforts, but we did see some other areas with that. And storage was a big player this year in being able to, and those are firm contracts that utilities have to be able to pull from when needed. And storage was a big player this year in making sure that we were able to get the supply we needed.
Yeah, there was a lot of preparation and coordination leading up to and during the storm among members of the power and gas sectors. This included the administration taking proactive steps to issue 202C orders to enable maximum availability of dispatchable coal and gas and backup generation if it was needed. It also included longer-term adjustments like winterization, obviously. To Mr. Robb, Mr. Madison, and Mr. Costa, how did planning and actions taken during Fern reflect lessons from past storms? Additionally, can you all speak to any existing coordination practices between pipelines, generators, and grid operators that could expand to further strengthen that reliability during extreme weather? We'll go down here. Yes, sir.
So following a 2018 cold weather event, we started the process of developing mandatory reliability standards related to winterization. Those were approved by FERC last year, will be mandatory and enforceable next year. Many of the power generating units kind of leaned in and have gotten ahead of the enforcement date and have taken steps to winterize their equipment against very, very extreme cold temperatures, which is, again, one of the things we defined with FERC. I think the efforts around coordination, and that helped. That's one of the reasons why we believe that's one of the reasons we didn't see the same number of generation outages in Fern that we did in Elliott and Uri, is because of those winterization requirements. In terms of coordination between the two sectors, the AGA, the American Gas Association, last year initiated a series of regional forums to drive better situation awareness between the two sectors, better understand the vulnerabilities. I participated in one of those events in the Pacific Northwest. And those are desperately needed relationships that need to be automated and activated in real time so that the grid operators know what's going on in the gas system and vice versa, because they're so interdependent.
Mr. Madison?
Brent?
Well, one thing we did is what Mr. Robb said is we prepared for winter, especially Uri taught us a lesson with putting heat tracing and things of that nature in our gas power plants. We did winterization on our coal plants to meet those requirements. And the second thing that we did is we always practice any type of weather event. And so in October, we went through a full-blown 2-day practice session, and it's ironic, it basically mirrored what Fern did. So everybody was on point, and we had practiced, rehearsed, so that helped us tremendously.
Mr. Costa, you're off the hook because
I'm sorry, the gentleman's time expired.